You're listening to the Daily Nugget. It's dnugget.com for Wednesday, July 28th. That's the day. 2010.
Good job.
Sam and Janelle are with me as well. We're all parents, so I think we can all probably sympathize with this and might have experiences. But I was with my son about a week ago, and we were at the lake. And there was not many other people there. It was later in the day. And so I was playing a game, and this is going to sound weird already, where I go under the water, and I hold on to my son's ankles, and he walks. Like, he'll walk, and so he'll be able to pull me because I'm so light, in the water, and he loves it. So he would want, I'd be the crab, and I would grab onto his ankles, and he would kind of run around while I'm holding onto him. So anyway, I'm doing this, and, I'm underwater for, like 30 seconds at a time doing this. And I get up one time, and there's these older couple that's, like, coming up to my son and asking him where his parents are. And apparently these people had not seen me or thought I, like, walked away or went to the bathroom or something, because they thought there was just this 3.5-year-old child just wandering around in the lake by himself with no one around him. And so I wanted to say, it's not what you think, but I guess it kind of explained itself because I popped up out of the water, and I'm like, yep, I was just underwater grabbing my child's ankles, which also kind of sounds weird, which I didn't say. I just kind of thought that. And I think I'm just going to turn around and go back underwater.
There's lots of things you probably shouldn't say out loud.
Yes. I don't know if you've ever had an experience like that, Sam, with your son Levi yet. I know he's a little...
No, we haven't really had anything like that happen, really. But if we're out in public and he's misbehaving, I don't really pay attention to what's going on around me. I just make sure he knows who's in charge, and I keep moving. And so I don't know if I'll ever really run into that until he starts talking more fluently. But, when you talk about this, it reminds me of a story your wife told me once.
Oh, no.
Where your son, they were at a store or something, and your wife was carrying him out, and he started yelling, "Help! Help! Help!"
Yes. He did go through a stage where he would say that a lot, and I thought, this is no good.
This doesn't end well. Yes.
I managed to stay out of jail, so we're okay.
Oh,
we're okay there. I saw this video of this was a while ago, but a video of a lady in a Verizon store who had her kid on one of those like leash things. Which, let me tell you, when you're not a parent, you look at that and you think, how cruel. But when you're a parent, you're thinking, man, that is a lifesaver.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, but her child was having a temper tantrum, so she was dragging him across the floor by the leash. Yeah. She got in trouble because someone took a video of it. Now, it was what they thought, and probably not the best way to go about it, but I can understand that sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures.
I've been a parent for a little over 2 years now, 2.5 years. And, things have changed so much as far as my view of parenting goes. Because I remember thinking, like, I'd be at the grocery store or something, and a kid starts screaming. And the parents will react in many different ways. But, every now and then you'd hear a mom just freak out and start yelling back at the kid. And, when you don't have kids, most people think, man, that mother, how mean is that mother? And then your perspective changes so much after you have kids. Because now when I go to a store and I hear a mother freaking out on their kids, I think, geez, what'd that kid do?
I tell you what now, especially in airplanes, I don't know if I could take Joe on another airplane ride ever again, because I know what I was like, just the looks I would give, when you see the little kid come on the plane.
Oh.
You're like, no, I just... Even on a flight I took just about a month ago, there was a kid behind me, and he was whining, and his dad's like...
Oh, yes.
And he's like, I'm hungry, and the dad's like, I know, son, it's okay, I can't get you anything, you have to wait, but I'm hungry, and I'm just like... It took everything within me not to just turn around and be like, ah! Give him food.
That reminds me
Yes,
of that scene
in
in Kindergarten
fact,
Cop.
in fact, I was on the same airplane, heard the same child, and people in our party gave him all the extra food they had, and it still didn't stop the child.
Was enough. He was a
It
larger
wasn't
kid.
laced with enough poison then.
It reminded me of the fat kid from Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I know.
the chocolate.
I hate to say that, but that's what it reminds me of. I'm like, I don't think
man.
any amount of food we give this kid is going to help. So
No,
it's true. I
know,
guess.
don't.
Go ahead, Janelle.
I was going to say, I don't know whatever made him be quiet. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what it was.
I don't think he ever was quiet. I think he pretty much the whole trip. I remember even as we were landing into Tulsa, I thought it's almost over. It's almost over. He's still whining about something. I don't remember what it was at that point, but he was like still whining.
Do you remember that movie Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
And then, well, there was a scene on a plane where this kid was sitting behind Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he kept kept hitting the back of his seat. And then Arnold turned around, and he has a pencil in his hand, and he goes, "If you don't stop doing that, this is what's going to happen to you." And then he snaps the pencil with his thumb. And then the kid sat back down. That was funnier in my mind.
It's okay. You know what, Sam? You broke a rule that we all break, and that's when we try to recreate funny things in TV shows or movies. It's not funny.
But my Arnold impression is almost as good as your Bill Cosby impression.
No, that's not true. Nothing is good. Nothing is good. Especially during this time of the hot summer, nothing hits the spot like Jell-O pudding pops.
Oh, stop. No, you've been told, Andy. That is not happening anymore. You've got to put the shutdown on it.
I don't like Jell-O pudding pop.
Jell-O pudding pop. I thought of another impersonation that I haven't done yet.
Oh, boy.
I haven't really busted out my Australian accent much, the crocodile hunter one.
Not since the Tijuana Tuesday all those months ago.
Yeah, the Australian episode about the.
Oh man, that's a while back. Your wife.
Crikey! You know what?
Now,
Really?
I heard this yesterday. You continued to just do a whole dialogue in the crikey, whatever you want to call it.
Right. You know what really hits the spot on a hot summer day when I'm hunting crocs? It's those Jell-O pudding pops.
Or
I like to
a nice cup of coffee from Hebrew.
All we need is a homeschool and Megan Fox reference, and this V-Nugget is complete.
Well, you see, I'm guessing Hebrew is filled with homeschoolers, so that was kind of a given.
That's not true.
It's only partially filled with homeschoolers?
Ah!